Are we gonna sit down?
We can sit down.
Okay, so sit
What's
down.
up, everybody? We are back here in Kigali, Rwanda,
We're at Curry Kingdom. It's
Curry
so nice.
Kingdom. Let's
So
see.
nice. Let me do it.
Yeah,
Let me do it.
let's
I'll
see.
just
Let's
pan
see.
around.
Let's see.
Oh, okay.
One show. Yeah, this place is nice. So this is Curry Kingdom here in Kigali. It's a beautiful, beautiful place. The ambiance is really, really nice. Outside seating.
Move to the left, honey. Keep on moving. Come on.
This is nice. You see the wall mural outside. It's really peaceful. You got the swing right there. And so they have outside, so I guess this is where you kind of just relax and chill. Maybe have a non-alcoholic drink. And then also you have, a little, yeah, I saw the swing over there. Then you have the nice little, so this is interesting. So you have the seating outside, but then you also have this little hut, which is where we're eating, which is also outside, but it's inside. And then here you have the normal, typical inside seating. And this is nice.
Ideal fish, ideal fish.
This is nice.
Everyone want to eat.
And so, yeah, this is a beautiful little spot. We are here just hanging out, getting something to eat before we head back. This is a kind of a quick little recap video of what's been going on throughout the week. So what's been going on?
That's not. I'm covering the camera. We said we were going to do a long recap, but we were going to talk briefly about our good news, which is
Oh yeah, that we found a house. And so
today's his birthday. And so he's old now and he's forgetful. So 47 years old today. Praise God. Amen. He gets to spend his birthday in his happy place. So we're excited about that. So we found a house. We found a house. We found a house. It took a while, although in reality, a while could be a whole lot longer generally than what it took us. So we arrived on August 14th. We flew out on the 12th, had the long flight, arrived on the 14th, hit the ground running, started looking for houses. Literally the next day we got here early on a Sunday morning. And have been looking for houses every single day since then, except Saturday when we observed the Sabbath. Including Sundays, we have been looking with various brokers and agents who we found either on Facebook Marketplace or through friend referrals, our network here of a community of people that have befriended us, and those who are in the Blackspat WhatsApp group. So the experience, can we not chop off your face and my hair? So the experience was tedious, quite daunting. We learned quite a bit in the experience. We had
very
learned
challenging, very challenging.
we learned that you can't expect the broker to have all the details about the house. We were shown a couple of houses and we said we like them, and then they would call to tell the owner that we like it, we're ready to move forward with the contract, and it's taken. Or, I love it. Okay, somebody signed a contract on it last night. Like, can you find that out before you show us the house? It would be great. So there's that. So if you're looking for a house in Rwanda and probably anywhere else, before your broker takes you, just ask them to please confirm that the house is still indeed available. Because you know, you can, just like on Facebook Marketplace, you can see a house or a piece of furniture, you click on the question that says, hi, is this available? And they reply, yes, it's available. And that happened a lot with us. Even with WhatsApp and text messaging, we would specifically ask about particular houses that we would send pictures about, and they'd say, yes, it's available, but all of them were not. And another thing we learned is pull the trigger quickly. If you really, 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 really like a house, go ahead and put a contract on it. Don't buy your time and say, well, let's see a few more. We might like something else better. We might like a better neighborhood. We might like tarmac, which is paved road. If you really, really like it and it checks the majority of your boxes and all of your non-negotiables are there,
You
go
need to
ahead
get
and
it.
yes, because
What's
I'm telling
crazy,
you, you sleep
the
on it for 2 days
market here
it's
is,
gone.
I mean, the market here is crazy. I mean, you can find really good houses to rent. And the thing is, when like my wife said, you know, if you sleep, the house will be gone. And so people are buying up houses, they're renting houses. And I think, you know, Rwanda, I think I mentioned this in a previous video, that, you know, I can see in a couple years Rwanda is going to be popping.
You did.
Everybody is, I mean, it seems like a lot of people are moving here.
Yeah. So,
'Cause-
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah, and on that note, a lot of people moving here. Rwanda is popping. Development is happening everywhere, all the
Everywhere.
time. So much so that we had not had a peaceful morning any morning, because there is always construction noise going on. Somebody is building, banging, sweeping, pushing,
Yes.
lugging, noise all the time, because something is always being built, and it's usually right outside our window, right next to us.
And beautiful, I mean, let me tell you, there are some beautiful homes here in Rwanda, and the homes are not expensive. It's just, I mean, it's ridiculous.
Not all of the homes are expensive. Some of them
Right. Yeah, some of them. But I'm saying you can come here and be living high on the hog. You can get a really nice house for, you know, a really inexpensive price.
What is that?
So-
Context.
So let's say,
$1,000 a month would get you an extremely nice house, 45 bedrooms with a yard or garden, probably an office.
you can
You're
get
gonna
a
have
nice house here for $600 or $700
unfurnished.
unfurnished,
you
and I'm
wanna
talking
rent.
about nice.
Yeah.
I'm talking about nice. And so, you know, when we get things together, we'll do a video of our new home, and we'll also talk about probably in another video we'll talk about some of the furniture that we've got made and the cost of that furniture, those things.
My face. Are you wrapping this video up? Is that what you're trying to do? It sounds like you're.
I mean, not necessarily,
Okay,
but
because we're
you
supposed
know.
to be talking about finding our house. Okay, so go ahead.
So yeah, so I mean, you can find you can find inexpensive houses, $600, $700, you know, $800, which of course is, you know, less than half, you know, of what you would pay in the States. So yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so back to the home shopping experience. Like we were saying, the broker may not have all the details, current, up-to-date information about that home. So don't get your hopes up. I've almost cried over a house or two. My girls have been very disappointed. So make sure you ask and make sure it's available. The other is, some brokers will require a transportation fee, or they say transport fees, because not everyone here owns a vehicle. Don't expect to be driven around like you would in the States. You know, you might not meet the person at the address and then look at the house. Probably 90% of the time, we met the broker or agent somewhere near the house. They got in our car and then they told us how to get to where we were going. And I think part of that is just to kind of maintain privacy. They don't want to put the person's address out there. So there's that, and it makes sure that it keeps them in the loop. You don't know how to get to the house unless they're with you. So there's that. Some of them had motos or a motorcycle or a car, and they would still meet you somewhere else and then take you to the house.
Yeah.
Always. That was always the experience. Nobody ever gave us the address and met us at the house. Then there
Right.
were times when you get there and you have to wait for them to get in touch with the security guard or the
To open,
gate man,
yeah, or
to
the
open the
housekeeper or
gate.
whatever, somebody to open up the gate to let you in to see the house.
So be prepared to wait sometimes, which brings me to another thing you should request. Ask when you ask them, is it still available? They say yes. Say, please contact the housekeeper or the gateman or the security guard
In
before we go,
advance.
so they know that we're coming and they're ready and they're waiting for the key. Because
So
we
you don't
sat and
have to
waited
wait.
for so many times, and there were times we got to a house and they never came because we had to go. We had appointments to keep with other people to see houses. So there were some homes we never saw because nobody was there to open the gate, and they asked us to wait and wait and wait and wait, and we just didn't have time to do that. And we knew that God would have our house for us anyway. So although I was a little afraid we might miss out on the house because we didn't have time to wait for the key, I think God gave us what we needed. So there's that in the experience. And then commission, they will expect at least half
It's
of
half.
the deposit, the initial deposit, which is usually
No,
one month
no,
rent.
not half of the deposit, half of 1 month's rent.
Have a 1 month's rent. So depending on what your rent is, the broker will expect. And sometimes there's a broker and an agent. The agent told the broker about it. He's the one helping get feet and eyes on the property, so they will take care of that. They might split it. So there's that. You might have several people involved, so don't be surprised if you show up to the house with your broker or your agent and then other
There's
folk are
somebody
coming out the
else, right.
woodwork. You're like, okay, who? And if you don't like that one house, then they'll talk to each other and be like, well, okay, we have 2 more houses that you can see.
Right.
And then the other person may be the broker for that house, so he'd be the one getting the commission.
Exactly.
So there might be a couple people involved. Don't let that scare you away. That's just how they do things. They network when it comes to that house.
Also, one of
house
the things
showing
you
here.
can do is you can, like, if you see a house that may not be available, or better yet, if you see a house online, Facebook Marketplace, you can ask a broker that you already are affiliated with, ask them if they are familiar with the house, because a lot of them, they know about all of the other houses, and they can also reach out to the owner to see about visiting that house. So that's something you can do as well.
So we finally got in contact. I can't even remember how I was put in touch with the particular broker that showed us the house that we saw. But I do know this, that we were so frustrated and discouraged by being turned away from the houses that we liked, having to increase the budget on houses that we didn't like so much, and or the houses that we really liked and that fit our family's needs being over our budget, and things not working out. We were declined a couple of houses. We still haven't purchased a car. We've been in and out of guest homes and various lodging situations because of so many. We're going to do a full 2-week recap for you guys, and we'll tell you the whole story. And it literally put us.
I'm sorry,
to
God's
frustration.
child. We got to talk about what you saw on with the townhouse you rented online. From the pictures, we'll have to do a video on that.
Was it a disappointment? I didn't read the whole message.
No, the person said that they're visiting in June 2023. You have to.
Yeah, say that now. That's
Yeah,
important
so you
in our
have
house
to
shopping
be.
experience.
Listen, don't go by pictures alone. Do not go by pictures
they'll
alone.
take pictures
Let me
after
say it
they've
one more
staged
time.
it and cleaned it.
Do not go by
And
pictures
then you
alone.
get there and it's a hot mess.
We have
Just
been
like that,
in
hot.
and out of probably in 2.5 weeks. We've been in and out of, and I guarantee, I'm not gonna say in and out of, but we have kind of in and out of.
Screened or personally
gone-
viewed at
personally
least.
viewed, gone into, had to cancel rates, whatever, 8 different places
What are you talking
for.
about?
I'm talking about Airbnbs.
Oh, is that what they were talking about? I thought they
I
were
think
talking
they're talking
houses.
about, right. I think townhouse. I think they're coming to rent. They're coming to visit in June 2023.
Can you clarify? Are you talking about temporary lodging for a visit, or are you talking about something that you are looking at for permanent housing or long-term housing?
Either way.
Because I was confused about the experience you were about to talk about. Because I
Either
thought
way.
you were talking about looking at houses online that we wanted to rent for our long-term residents, and the pictures were
Right, but it's
horrible.
right, but it's the
or
same thing with the.
misleading. They look much better on picture than they did.
But
in
it was the
person.
same thing with when
The
we were
Airbnb.
looking at Airbnbs and things like that, where you would go. I mean, you look at the picture, and
Deceiving.
it looks like a good spot, but then when you get there, I mean, it's not what you expected, and so I mean, you have to. To be honest, it's one of those things where you have to get on the ground. The
Or
best
have
thing.
somebody that
That's
you
what I
know
was
on
gonna
the
say. You
ground.
have to. It's best to have somebody on the ground so they can go and check it out, make sure it's legit, and somebody who knows your taste.
Well,
Because
not-
if
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
because
I was gonna
if
say
they don't
not
know
so
your
much
taste,
legit. It might be legit. It's a
yeah,
real
it's legit.
business,
It's
but it's in
legit.
the hood,
But
down the
no,
dirt
but
road.
it's not about the being
It's much
in the
smaller
hood.
than the picture makes it look, and your whole family might not be able to fit in the thing. Because
Right.
we were that first one. They were gonna have to give us 3 rooms just to fit our whole family and our luggage
Right.
because it was so tiny.
Because it was one bed
Right.
in
And
the room, and the room was
literally a
like
shoebox with only
it
the
was
bed
the
fitting.
size of the bed.
But in fairness to them, on the pictures, when I would look back at the pictures, I said, "Honey, what did you see?" Because
They didn't show
he
any.
booked it. They only showed pictures of the bed.
Yeah.
And the beds looked nice, but you had no idea that literally that's all that could fit in the room, and that's how tiny it was.
Right. And so
So-
we've had other places where, online, the pictures look good. And then when you get there, we've had,
We've had guests that were not part of our family or our friends network, okay, and they have
Yes.
more than 2 legs and a whole lot more feet. Those
Yeah.
kind of guests, the guests you don't want, the guests you got to use spray or shoes on.
those kind of guests.
And we have 2 little girls and me, can't,
Yes. And
could
so
not sleep.
you have, yes, listen, like I said, we have checked in and checked out of places in the same day because of some of the things I'm talking about, visiting for 1 month to see if we are feasible to move permanently. Problems we already paid. Yikes, the pictures don't look good. So listen,
Look at your cancellation policy.
yes, look at your cancellation
Tell us where
policy.
you booked. We might be able to go by and check it out for you.
And we might have even booked,
Yes.
no, because it's a townhome, so we didn't book a townhome.
Tell us where you booked, and we'll see what we can do.
Yes.
And we'll put in the comments the information where you booked, and we'll see
Send
if
us
we can
an
go by
email.
and look at it for you.
Send us an email,
So we can-
destinationwestafrica@gmail.com. Send us an email of where you booked, and we will, see if we can, investigate and see what the place looks like.
Because we want you not to have the heartache that we did. I mean, I don't know if you're traveling with children, but we have our 3 young children, and to have to keep going in and out of places because
it has been
the incompatibility.
11 pieces of luggage.
14, babe, total, with the little bags.
Yeah, with the little
backpacks.
bags. So just imagine you got 5 people and 14 pieces of luggage.
Because we're moving, so it's not.
Because we're moving, right? And so we've had to rent cars, plural. So you got to have 2 cars. So if you don't have 2 cars, so we've had to, we go into an Airbnb or a rental, and the place is not nice. It's not what we expected, and we've had to right after we got there, go online and look for another place to go into that same night.
And we're not bougie. It doesn't even
No,
have to be
no.
nice, but clean, spacious enough to accommodate our family. And that's not even a whole lot of space, but we had a whole lot of luggage.
Yeah.
Not cracks in the wall where bugs can come in and infestations, that kind of stuff. It doesn't have to be brand new. We're not,
Yeah, we're not like that. But you want to make sure that, because there are some nice places here, but they're also just like if you go anywhere else, there are some places that are questionable. And you want to make sure that when you go in, this.
neck when I only have a.
Can you just?
I don't like it when we look like 2 talking heads.
No, this is okay. We are 2 talking heads. We're on the screen. But you want to just do your due diligence and make sure you look and, check these places out. Because if not, you will be like us and you will be, disappointed in some aspects. So, but we found our house.
Yeah, I was gonna say back to the house.
We're happy. They're in the process now of, getting it ready, painting and things like that. We had to put down 3 months in advance. So praise the Lord, we didn't have to do 6 months. And the things that that we requested, I think just about everything we requested, the owners are doing.
To it. Mm-hmm.
Agreed to. And so so we're happy. We're happy. We move in,
On
Lord
Sunday.
willing, on Sunday. Moving on Sunday. We are in the process now also of getting furniture made.
Which is incredible, amazing.
Yes.
That
yes.
experience has been so much fun because my oldest, our 14-year-old, likes interior design. I like decorating and home decor. And so we have been able to custom design some pieces of furniture. Both of the girls designed their own beds. My husband and I collaborate on the design of the couch and the chairs and the accent chairs and an ottoman. We custom designed our dining room table. It's gonna be nice and long and seat 8 people. We chose the material for the top, the type of wood and the color. And it's so much less expensive than going and getting something prefabricated retail. This fake wood.
bed,
I mean, this is
a
solid
sofa.
wood.
So it's 2 sofas, 2 chairs, basically a living room
2
set.
long sofas too.
Right.
Not a love seat.
I'm on. Okay. Yes. Email us.
Yeah.
So, 2 sofas, 2 chairs, a table. I mean, yes, an ottoman, a dining room table that will seat 8 with the chairs. A was it 4 beds,
Yes.
custom beds. All the the mattresses, 4 mattresses. What else?
I'm
The
getting a shoe shelf
wardrobes,
for the entrance of the house. So
the
people can
shoe
take their
the
shoes
shoe shelf, the wardrobes.
off. Oh yeah. The-
All of I think that's it. All of those. The total will be about $2,200.
and it'll be delivered.
All of
Oh
it.
yeah, and Kaya custom designed her own wardrobe too. She told me what she
Yes.
wanted the mirror. She wants a shoe rack in there,
$2,200 for all of
cabinets.
that. You can't beat that. Can't beat it.
Cannot.
$2,200 will be just handmade.
with solid African wood, y'all.
Yes. So
Good quality work too.
yes. So we are looking forward to that. So, but this was supposed to be a short video. It ended up being 21 minutes.
knew
We are
it was gonna
actually
be. We don't do
waiting
short.
on our food.
It takes a long
but we
time
will
to have your food delivered
we will
to you
catch
when
you
you're
in the next video. We'll probably do another video this evening. So thanks so much for viewing. If you have not subscribed, like, and we'll catch you in the next video.